I thank the General Lee. I now recognize the chair of the full committee, Chair Rodgers, for 5 minutes for our opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome to all our witnesses. Yes, happy Hydro Day, everybody, or water power. We hear a lot about wind and solar. Today we're going to talk about water power. That's been around a while, but again, amazing technology innovation that is improving the operation of hydro facilities across America. And hydropower is a vital source of energy for the U.S. and especially in Eastern Washington, another essential component in an all-of-the-above approach to energy, a renewable, carbon-free, baseload power source that grid operators can dispatch in a moment's notice. Renewable energy from sources like the weather-dependent wind and solar absolutely play an important role in America's overall energy mix, but they cannot replace hydropower because hydropower is reliable. Just ask the people in California, a state that imports a significant amount of hydroelectricity from Washington state. California relies on hydropower to balance its grid when inconsistent resources like wind and solar can't produce enough energy to meet demand. And for these reasons and more, we must protect and modernize our existing hydropower fleet and expand production where we can. And that's why I appreciate everyone's consideration of the Hydropower Clean Energy Future Act, which will help with hydropower deployment in America. We have the capability of more than doubling hydropower in the United States, modernizing an outdated permitting process, promoting next-generation hydro technology, and eliminating barriers to new dam deployment. This bill also enhances coordination among dozens of agencies by authorizing FERC to set schedules, clarify responsibilities, and resolve disputes. H.R. 4045 builds on the important permitting reforms contained in H.R. 1, the Lower Energy Cost Act, to expand clean, reliable, affordable energy for all Americans. We know hydropower is especially vital in the Pacific Northwest, which is home to the Columbia Snake River system. There's more than 60 dams in the Columbia River Basin, including the 4 Lower Snake River dams. And this system helped transform our region, which was a dry, barren, sagebrush area, to now one of the most productive agriculture regions in the world. This investment, critical investment in energy infrastructure, strengthened our energy grid, has lower costs for families and businesses. We have some of the lowest electricity rates in America, while also reducing carbon emissions. In fact, the dams along the Columbia Snake River system provide 1/3 of all the hydro capacity in the United States. They provide critical flood control benefits, supply water for irrigation, make it possible for farmers to barge their products, wheat, apples, potatoes, all across America into countries around the world. Unfortunately, not everyone sees it that way. We have dam breaching advocates, and I'm quite disappointed that President Biden, Governor Inslee, Senator Murray, and others are advocating that we tear out these dams. I'm troubled by conversations happening right now at the highest levels of government, with the Biden administration's Council on Environmental Quality, CEQ, secretly coordinating with environmental groups behind closed doors, ignoring the voices of the people whose livelihoods depend on this infrastructure. Let me be clear, breaching the Lower Snake River dams would permanently harm our way of life in Washington state, not to mention all the other states in the region that have come to rely on them. Over the past 2 years, I've led a series of letters demanding transparency in this mediation process to ensure all voices are heard in the debate over the future of these dams. And I would like to remind our witnesses from the administration here today that Congress, and Congress alone, has the authority to change the operations of these federally operated Snake River dams. This was a federal investment. These are federally operated dams, and that's why I've introduced legislation to protect the dams and the many benefits that they provide. As we work towards a final outcome, we must consider all the facts, prioritize transparency, and utilize sound science and input from tribes, industry groups, people in the Pacific Northwest, not just a small group of those organizations or officials that seem to want to rip out the dams. Hydropower is vital. It's been It's been around for a while in the Pacific North, well, actually in every state in the country, but it's vital to our way of life. It's vital to controlling the flooding that used to take place. It's vital to lowering energy cost, enhancing grid reliability, and ensuring that America will be and continue to be the leader in reducing carbon emissions. So I look forward to the discussion today, and I thank everyone for being here and yield back.
I'll now recognize the ranking member of the full committee, Mr.